laying it up. You keep it laying it up. Yeah.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Shane Davis.
And I am Brandon Fountain, and we are the Controlled Burn.
That's right. We out.
back.
I mean, we're back.
We're back.
Oh, yeah, we just started. Oh man, so it's been quite the fucking day, huh?
It's been a terribly long day. So you want to tell them? You want me to tell them?
So first and foremost, just like we always, we like to throw out that disclaimer. Don't take legal advice or any other kind of advice from us.
That's where we're going. Hell yeah.
We're also not mechanics.
There it is.
But we got some shit done. Like it was more, like I was like the light holder.
Hey, it worked out.
No, you like to tinker. I'm not if I'm gonna do anything, number one, it gives me fucking anxiety if I have to take shit apart and put it back together. I can't just do it. I gotta fucking watch videos. I gotta read the manual. I'm not the dude that's just gonna throw the manual out and like wing it.
Here's the thing. After you do a little bit, after you dabble in it a few times, it all just clicks.
Well, your brain's got to work that way too.
Yeah.
There's a certain
yeah. I guess
like
you're right.
because I was raised with like mechanics.
Yeah.
Like every dude in my family outside of me and my older brother, they're tinkers. They fix shit. I've been holding lights my whole life. You know what I'm saying? But
Louder than lights, baby.
But I don't. My brain just doesn't tick that way. I don't see shit like that. I tick a different way. You're more on the tinkery side.
You're probably the reason we can't work on shit together for too long without at each other's throats. We almost fight every time we do this, but it's because I'm let me think about it for a second and figure out a plan, and you're just and you just do stuff. And I think that's what because I'm just because it throws me off my rhythm.
Fuck.
What happened?
No, I have my little vapor right here. And when you put these bitches in your pocket and then you pull them out and there's just lint in it. And
dude, I can't tell you how many times a week I grab one of these that's been in my pocket or been in my bag, and then I go to hit it, and then it rockets a piece of lint in my throat. I'm like a cat with a hairball.
I have to check because I've been burned so many times. And the amount of times these things have bled in my pocket. Did those do that? Have you ever had a nicotine vape bleed on you?
In the car, never in my pocket or anything. In the car though, if I leave them in the car door, they'll bleed out.
Well, and it's more of a juicy juice shit, right?
Yeah, it's real thin, so they already make them pretty, liquid tight. Those are kind of looser because they're so thick.
No, well, and it's especially we used to rep a brand that was very similar name to another brand.
Yep.
And it was very common. We'd walk in places trying to get a new client,
and
then no, we already have y'all, and these things suck.
Yep.
We have to refund these things, multiple times a week. I'm like, not us, but it's a good conversation starter. But no,
I don't actually know who was around first. I feel like they were. The two came in fairly close together, but
we were told words,
of course. Yeah,
but those words, bullshit. We were drinking the Kool-Aid at one point.
We were told a lot of words. We definitely drank the Kool-Aid.
Well, here's the thing, dude.
We guzzled the Kool-Aid.
You gotta.
That's no diddy.
If you believe in the brand you're pushing, it's slight ditty, but if you believe in the brand you're pushing, you're gonna push harder. You're gonna be. You're not trying to convince somebody. The people see that you're natural. Oh man, they believe this. So the guy that we worked for, he's very charismatic,
best storyteller,
dude. The guy to this day, I give him props because
I envy his ability to keep people engaged through a story,
bro.
Because I'll lose people. I'm good at talking, but I noticed that sometimes I lose people. Probably because I'm so damn ADD.
He paints a picture.
He's
in his
masterful.
His tone and inflection, he's very much so very gifted in that sense. He took because the brand we're talking about. If you would never have been behind the scenes, if you didn't know anything, you would think it was a pretty big thing.
Oh yeah.
And I remember the first time I walked in there, I was like,
well, that's disappointing.
Well, it's kind of like, because if you can kill it on the sell side of it with the overhead that he was working with, I mean, like you don't have to sell everything. You can have 10, 15 customers that'll keep you busy and pay the bills, and you're doing all right.
Yeah.
It's what killed him was just
Greed.
I mean, he wanted to live in this price world, which, in all due respect, like it should have stayed where it was at a certain point, but the prices dropped so far down.
Well, and there's another aspect to it, right? That we don't have to. I'm not trying to get too deep on them, but there was, we were never given, until I learned it later, talking to other people involved. There was a lot of investment handed out, and there was almost zero return ever until like the day I left. There was almost no return back to the family member that loaned that to get it started, because it wasn't that said person.
No, well, and that's what's...
and that was kind of the big frustration. Like, that was why, like, you remember all the fights behind the scenes? Like, we were just like, man, what happened? That's what it was all about. Is because, like, especially when I came in there, they would see me come in there, and then, we would be slammed for, a week or two, and then after it was all done, it'd be like, where's the money? And it got gambled.
And where the boxes,
or it bought off-white slippers and stuff.
You're right. The tags.
I've said too much.
No, I mean, well, it's because with that beautiful mind, and you, I can pick on you for a second. Like,
yes, you can.
You're not a traditional like employee. Like you, and if somebody tried to put you in that box, it wouldn't work.
Had like a whole lot of money.
Well, it just wouldn't. Like you.
I don't even think it'd work then.
No, I mean, yeah,
my brain just don't tick that way.
I think at a certain point you would freak out, and you've got to be able to have an amount of freedom. Like sometimes you need reeled in, but you also need to be able to do your thing. And the way your brain ticks, it's just some people need those rigid rules. Like the problem with him is he had no oversight.
Yep.
So he very much so was somebody who needed to be reined in from time to time. And
but the people that that had the ability to rein him in didn't have the ability to rein him in.
No, because he's such a gifted talker.
Yep.
That he could dance around whatever the issue was.
Well, and they didn't want to make him mad because they couldn't do anything. If he were out, they like in their brain they were nothing. Which I may or may not have dropped a little dime in there. I'm like, hey, check it out. If y'all decide to just take over,
right? Call me.
I got you.
Well, and it's such a bummer, dude, because it's like, man, the potential there. I mean, super high. And at the end of the day, if I seen old boy now, I'd slap hands. Like I still have no like personal issue. Like I even like his kids stayed at my house. Like on a personal level, great dude. Just on the business side, like you've got to take, which should be like if we were to do it, like there should be a no questions asked. This percentage of whatever's coming in goes back into the company.
Yeah, 100%.
Like it's
first. It goes first
before anybody before you get paid anything. Like it's because I mean we see it ourselves with the guys who that we work for. I mean they go without a paycheck a lot of the time. I mean most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time. Yeah,
it's
crazy
because they have to put that investment out.
And dude, I feel so bad too because it's like, dude, we've like, and I'm not complaining because we are. We're blessed, but I feel so bad too because it's like, man, it has just been ass whooping after beautiful like roller coaster ride to the top, and then right as you're about to get to the top, the track breaks and it's like it falls back down. It's like, and then we climb back up again. It's like now we're right there again. I'm just like,
no, I still blame Matthew. Just clip it, Matthew. I blame you, bro. He set us up for. He's like, hey man, next week, dude. We've got a few things going on. Let's try to not have any issues next week. Next week we need to do it nice and smooth. And then
you shouldn't have said it, brother. You shouldn't have.
God sprinkled the issue dust on us, and we just like we were a ship. We didn't sink though. We patched the holes. We figured it out, but. Some people need some vacations. It's been stressful.
You know what I was just thinking, dude? Can we take a freaking like a moment of silence, like a round of applause? I'm not sure which one.
Hit it, Zoe.
Next month. Good timing. You're getting better, young Jamie.
I waited a couple seconds.
All right, it's going too long, Zoe.
Cut that shit.
Next month will be my 4-year anniversary here.
Dude, this month was my 3.
Yeah, the
Like,
second or first, whatever.
Isn't that fucking crazy? or 6 months in, tax man.
Yeah, I can't believe it. First of all, here's the thing, man. You know this. Like, I'm the guy that'll stay 4 years in an industry, but I've never, besides the fairgrounds, which hardly counts.
Well, because there's
a whole lot of
you could jump
breakups,
around.
yeah.
Well, and there were so many different roles that you could jump into. It almost felt like a different job, depending on what you're doing.
Same role for 4 years at the same company without I mean, granted, Matthew's fired me at least like 34 times, and I think I've quit twice, but it was never for more than a couple hours, so that doesn't count. I don't think.
No, the times where it's got the most intense.
It's always in front of you.
I'll hit him on a phone call after it all diffused. But hey, we're good, right? Like everything's fine, right? Like I know y'all didn't mean any of that.
Shane has PTSD from walking into like last minute, like we're like 6 o'clock meetings, like real quick, and Shane's just like.
Well, it's always at the fucking end.
Everything's good.
It's literally like every time there's a meeting, it'll go fine until about the last like quarter of that meeting, and then Matthew's like, you know what? I'm gonna throw a nuke into this. I'm
time bomb at Brandon.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something that's gonna get him riled up. Enjoy your weekend.
So easy to rile up too. I gotta be better.
It's
passionate, man. I think our customers don't actually. Maybe they don't believe. Maybe they do. I'm not sure, but like. I really be in here riding for these customers sometimes.
Bro, they have no
it gets me into.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets me into some debacles.
Well, and we've got it's kind of funny. Like I had and I consider this customer a friend too, but he was pissed off about an issue, and we're working through it. But me and him were talking, and he was like, "Dude, you need to go back in there and let everybody that works back in that lab know that this is serious." I'm like, first off, we all know it's serious. I'm like, number one, trust me, you're not being singled out. Like you are in line. We're taking care of you. I promise you, I am going to bat for you. I'm like, and not to throw any shade, I'm like, the people that do the science, their brains don't tick, or they're not geared towards being able to put up with your bullshit. Like I'm like, I don't take it personal. Like, I know we're buddies, and I'm like, and this is business. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. You let a couple cuss words out. You're frustrated. I'm like, at the end of the day, what makes me and Brandon great at what we do is we were on your side of the fence for a longer amount of time. Yep. I'm like, we understand that you have 100 people that you've got to answer to. Yep. Your phone's blowing up. Right now you are losing money.
And you don't have a great answer for them.
No, the answer is we're getting it done, and here's what's left, right? But other than that, in order to keep our shit legally defensible, like, it's got to be done the right way.
That's what I was just about to say. So this is where the major disconnect is, right? Like, so a lot of the people in the lab either do not have, well, that's not true now, but okay, we do have several people in the lab that have had a history in cannabis lab testing prior to this place.
Yeah.
But as an industry, analytical science has been around for 100 years, right? HPLCs and LCMSs, yeah, right? HPLC, all the instruments that we use here were being used in labs long before medical cannabis was ever being tested on them, right?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
So you've got pharmaceutical labs, which is technically, we are a pharmaceutical lab. I mean, we have the ISO accreditation to be a pharmaceutical lab, medical lab, whatever.
Well, you look at cigarettes,
right? Well, but everything, like, yes, like even with cigarettes, but even more so on the medical side of it, right? Because this is more of a medical type test, right? So pharmaceuticals, blood, toxicology, hell, environmental, even like dirt and stuff like that. All the same analytes that we're testing for in cannabis was mainly tested for in pharmaceuticals and medical, like testing, like your body, like if you have a cyst cut out and they want to check to see if it's malignant or benign, right? Like same exact setup, like same lab, right? It's going to a lab that has the same equipment here. It's just they're using those instruments to look for this instead of this.
Right.
And even on some of them, they're looking for the exact same things, right? Like the microbial, they're, a lot of times they're looking for total yeast and mold. Heavy metals, they're looking for 4 or more. We only test for 4 here, but a lot of places are looking for those 4 or even more.
Right.
Pesticides, a lot of the same pesticides. So this is all a science that's been around forever. This is the only industry. And think about this for a second. And viewers, think about this for just a second. And try to get it. Like, try to let this sink in so you understand, like, the battle we have to fight. There, in any of those fields, any of them, turnaround time is not something that's discussed. It's not discussed in negotiations to use that lab. It's not discussed by the customer. It's just not a thing. You get it when you get it.
Right.
Because what's important is that the results are accurate, not how quick they get there. Think about it, like if you go to the doctor, right? Like I'm going next week, or actually this week. I'm going this week to get blood drawn, right? I'm not going to wonder if it takes 3 weeks, right? Like I may wonder, it may cross my mind, right? Like, man, I'd like to sure like them lab results come
your
back.
livelihood isn't riding on that.
My livelihood isn't riding
That's
on
the
it, and
difference.
I'm damn sure not even thinking about calling and harassing the doctor. You know what I mean? Like, hey, man,
You're right.
why don't you call your damn lab and get my results? I want to know if I got the beatus.
Right.
No, you don't. You just want to know that when you get it, it's accurate, and you trust it, right? And that's the thing. Forever in history, or, at least for a good portion of the recent history, analytical laboratories are not questioned. Like, what they say it, that's it.
No, they don't have a customer service
At
line.
the very least, like maybe the doctor sees something is like, you know what, let's do one more test.
Right.
And maybe they send it to another lab. Or maybe they send it to the same lab and confirm something. But like all this, I don't know if I trust that because I did this, and this. Or, man, this has been in your lab for 4 days. I need it to be out like today, or else I'm going to take my business elsewhere. I mean, like, that's just not. So all the people that are here that are dealing with that, that's just like, it's like, what the does not compute.
It's
we get it.
There's not a direct, like, there's nothing else like this.
Hemp's the closest thing, and it's far less. I guarantee you the people that are having industrial and even non-industrial hemp tested, they're not even in a rush like this.
Well, and I think there's a big difference in how batches than like what has to be tested.
100%.
Well, and we've got, because like, dude, we get it. Like it's
I get
it. There's so much competition, and there's so many different labs, right? So it's one of those things where, at the end of the day, this is what we get paid for. We get paid to not only find the customers, but to take care of them and be that middleman. But I know one thing, and this is what I like to. I try to find my place to toss it in, when it's appropriate. I'm like, because they'll hit us with, hey man, I'm gonna have to go somewhere else if it's not done by 2:00 tomorrow or whatever. I'm like, hey man, you got to do what you got to do.
You got to do what you got to do.
You're not going to hurt my feelings. I'm here. You can call me. I'm like, but wherever you're talking about sending it,
it's not going to be any better.
Are they going to sit on the phone with you for an hour and get berated? Like let's if you've got that somewhere else, cool. That's a blessing. But they don't got me.
Well, and I guess I'm just going to brag again about the lab. But like, here's the other thing too. Once again, we were using other testing labs and this testing lab before we worked here, right? The other thing is, prior to now, there wasn't a lot of good labs. I mean, hell, right. I would even argue that we did things much differently in the beginning, right? Like, I think there's been several labs that have always, at the very least, had the intentions of being the absolute best they could be, and some labs were better at that than others because some labs knew more and cared more in the very beginning.
Right.
But even us, right? Like, we didn't have all the processes dialed in that we have dialed in now, right?
No, we have had to build and learn and learn and learn. No, there was no cookie cutter. This is how you do it for anything that we do. Like you walk, like, that's one thing we love to show off when we're giving lab tours. Like, we have so many different methodologies for every kind of product that's on the market. Like, I would wager that we have the most.
I 100%
Like,
would.
I would confidently wager
Yeah.
that.
Because, a lot of labs, even still now, right? Like a lot of labs, dude, like they don't have even multiple solvents to do extractions with. Like they use one or two. Like, dude, we've got so many different solvents. Like, and that's just a part of the equation on the extraction. Like, you think about it, you're making a product, guys. You're making a product. And no matter what process you cook up to make this product, whether it be as simple as a vape card or a pre-roll, or whether it be something as intricate as a inhaler or we've got a company that tests with us, and they don't care, I'll say it. We've got a company that tests what's something called a turbo core with us. Shout out to Kind Love and Herbal Junction.
Yeah, those
one of the most
badass,
unique freaking things that we test consistently. Now, we've tested some very unique shit, but as far as like something we consistently test, like, at least once every month or two, they make one batch covers quite a bit, so they don't have to test them as frequently.
Right.
But, we consistently have them. It is a unique product because you look at it and you're like, oh, it's a piece of spaghetti with weed in it. But then you go into, they look at what had to go into it to make this. I don't even know what, because they don't even tell us. Like, it's they truly
proprietary.
They truly, like, and a lot of people throw that word around, but they truly have a very proprietary thing. If they're the only ones with it, or if they're not the only ones with it, there's not a whole lot. And I promise you, they've communicated it, or it's probably came from one person. I assume that they developed it, but if not, whoever they got it from developed it. You know what I mean?
I need to go I'm super sorry, Mashana, but I've never tried one. I've only seen them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I need to go buy one. Like, I need to. It's because I've been on the cartel infused pre-roll, dude. They're great.
They're fire.
Like, they're absolutely great. Because I had to find a new dispensary. Like, shout out Alan. I see he's popping up new ones, which is great. But my old neighborhood Okie is he?
So at one point he was thinking about coming on the show. Is he going to come on the show? Or what are we doing with that?
He's been fairly busy.
Dealing with a lot. Yeah, I get it. Alan, if you're watching, make it happen, Captain. Hit us up. Let us know when you want to come on. We'd love to have you.
We talked about it. He wants to come on. Wednesday at the time we record is slightly tough, but we'll make it work. He also
we need to move it to another day. I mean, we
might need to wait until he gets through the shit he is. Because I wanted to give him, because anytime you bring up Okie, the amount of hate that fucking comes out is, which I get it, and then I don't, but I do.
You mentioned Mango, Capital Dank, and Okie.
People freak.
People freak.
No, I
because
told you
those
that
guys
post,
did it before everybody. Like, they figured out the recipe early, and it pissed a lot of people off.
What's hilarious, I seen since we've been doing this podcast, I have probably gained 2,000 friends on my socials. Just every day, I'm adding random people. But if you have a few mutuals and you're not like dropping ads all over my page, I'm gonna add you.
Sure.
And my profile is public anyway. But this lady, I forget her name, but I don't know her, but she's within our world. She had a full meltdown on Facebook, and here's the thing: I love reading people's meltdowns.
On our page?
No, like in life,
okay.
Yeah. And I've got a few people that I'm like, please show me more of their shit, because everything is always like
hilarious.
Like,
or
it's
just
it's
you can't look away.
Putting shit on Facebook I would never dream
100%.
about. But this poor soul, she writes this big long post, and she's basically saying fuck everyone.
Oh, wow.
And I guess her daughter was selling Girl Scout cookies, and I didn't dig into it past this post, but from what I'm gathering, people were like hating on her or her daughter or the Girl Scouts.
That's wild.
Like something along the lines of like, you're supporting big business, you're supporting whatever the fuck, So she has this full meltdown, and she's like, you guys are gonna, shit on the Girl Scout organization that's doing XYZ for these kids, while also supporting big pharma like Mango, Okie Wonderland, Re-Up, how dare you guys support big pharma? Like those, I was like,
That's not big pharma.
I was like, here's the thing, man. You probably could have said like almost anything else, and I would have been like, yeah, man, like get them. But if you think Okie Wonderland and Mango and Re-Up, if you think T, Kevin, and Alan have any fucking thing to do with big pharma, you're off, dude. I'm telling you.
No.
Like we
Matter
know
of fact,
these dudes.
I think they literally are doing this kind of because F big pharma. You know?
Well, and the scale is such a different thing,
Not even
dude.
night and day.
Like-
even if they had a single store or two stores in every state, they're not comparing to big pharma.
No, and
That's
like
wild.
in every state.
Right.
Like we're in Oklahoma, and those places have like 3+ dispensaries in Oklahoma, which is huge.
Sure.
And they're probably
Especially nowadays.
they are like the biggest, right?
Yeah.
But we're talking like the biggest thing in our industry, which is already a niche industry, and we're in Oklahoma, which our population is pretty small comparing to like actual big cities. But like that's the misconception. Like it's almost the same. Like I've got like people that like will gripe about a potency being 23%, and to this day in 2026, if you have a problem with, and this is like a new strain, but they're pissed off about a 23% THC, and they're like, man, I really, if it's below 27, I can't sell it. And I'm like, well, you might need a new salesperson. Like 23 is, I mean, that's where like that's on the high side of the middle. You know what I mean? But the misconception of that is that that's a low number. And if you're calling 23 a low number, like you're so fucking off. Like they've got people trained to put 30% THC with 3% terps, and they sell it, like crazy. But if that same strain is smoking just like the 20% with 1.5 terps somewhere, there better be a big fucking difference.
I was about to say, do you know what the national average is?
I would say like 19.
19 and less than 2.
Yeah, dude. I mean that's marijuana.
Now, granted, those numbers could be skewed a bit because it's probably factoring in. I don't know if it's factoring in all indoor or all of it, but like, regardless, like I don't even think that that's going to change it too much, because I'm telling you right now, if you have a decent trim, sometimes it will test higher than the flower it came from.
Yeah, dude. Well, because a lot of time, like your keef is falling down into it. Like it's.
Hey, sorry to derail you, but this is kind of important. One of our analysts just drove by, and when we were out there working on the car, apparently the lights have been left on. So I'm telling you, because I don't want it to
Tell you what,
die.
I'm gonna go,
or maybe toss the.
I'm gonna have to get real used to that. Here, cover.
Yeah,
Actually,
La cucaracha.
fast, hurry.
You're standing in front of my camera.
Sit down. Talk to your Uncle Big for 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Don't say anything crazy.
Hello, Dane.
Hey.
So, everybody, this is Dane Leroy Rogers Davis, the third. Put your mic closer. Attaboy. There you go. So you're a podcaster now.
Yeah.
You watch a lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
On a scale from 1 to 10, what do you think about your father and your
Like a
uncle's
2.
podcast? Oh, okay.
An 8.
You didn't think about it at all. You just you shot a number out there. Right on.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would like to see us improve upon? Hotter guess.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll
Way
yeah.
more.
I'll definitely I'll drop it in the suggestion bucket. Man, have you ever thought about like starting a podcast or being on a podcast?
No.
No, I'm cracking up right now because your legs are not touching the ground. It's because these chairs are so fluffy, and I'm fat, so I'm weighing the seat down. But you're not fat.
I feel like Kevin Hart in that one video.
How old are you?
15.
Bro, you almost lied to say older so you could pick up older chicks when you show this clip, huh?
Yeah.
I love it, dude. So Dane is a track star. Not really. He's a wrestler. We were shooting. We'll catch up. I said
It started.
you got. I don't know if she keeps that in, but you've got to go back and watch that. It's awesome. It's awesome. I said, if there's any suggestions you could possibly make, what would it be? First, I asked him what he would rate the show, and he goes, like, I hadn't even finished getting it out. He goes, 2 out of 10, and I was like,
Whoa! Shots fired.
and he was like, nah, 8.
No, he's trying to go to the movies later. So he sat there and ran it all through and was like, oh shit. Yeah.
I know. I asked him. I was like, so how old are you? And he goes, his brain went, and he thought, he was like, I got to tell the truth. 15. I was like, you wanted to lie so you could show this, so you could like lie about your age and pick up older chicks and show this clip to some people. And he's like, yeah.
No, he's had a tough day, so this might give him a little street cred.
You know what I'm saying? That boy needs some, he don't need any street cred. He's a badass. Even besides the fact that he's tried to kill himself a few times in jiu-jitsu and wrestling practice.
No, he if he's not blowing his hip out, he's getting spiked on his head.
Now, was that the second time that he hurt his head?
No, first.
That's his first concussion.
Official concussion. Like he's had a couple moments of where he's
ouch.
It kind of fucks with him a couple times. Like me and him sparred around once, and apparently he was. Because I'm not trying to. I try to stress to my kids, like, you got to protect your head.
Yeah,
like
100%.
like it's. We growing
I'm
up.
from the street, so we say protect your neck, but I'm with you.
Wu-Tang. But it's we grew up in a world where like that was never talked about.
No.
Like, dude, when he went through the concussion, because like he comes home from school Friday, he's feeling weird. I'm out of town, and then he starts like feeling like he's gonna throw up, and then he's getting like real. I'm like, oh, he had a concussion. I mean, so she runs him to the emergency room. And he had a moderate to severe concussion. And
I was just about to ask, do they rate them like on a...
Yes.
Is it just
score.
mild? Or do they have a number do they put to it?
So I don't know what this means. I've got a whole handout on it. But I told him, because at Owasso, like their athletics department, they have a whole like rehabilitation center. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's fucking...
It's crazy how some of these big 6A schools are so bougie now.
No,
I guarantee you Union, Broken Arrow, Owasso... I guarantee you all these bigger schools have this or something similar.
No, it feels like you're dealing with it like
college,
a call.
yeah, absolutely.
Dude. Like they call me and they start breaking it down. They were like, yeah, we have concussion protocol. We ran the test on him, and I mean he's still like, how like when you
so they actually assess it there as well.
Yeah. So they took the paperwork from the hospital. And then they're like, yeah, cool, we're going to do our own thing, too, and, use all the info.
Okay.
Well, like I said...
yeah, it's cool.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't... Like, imagine that at Berry Hill.
Well,
like,
honestly, it's probably... not trying to be, like... I'm not dogging our hospitals or anything, but, like... It's probably better. Like, in a sense, like... It's probably more thorough.
Well, because that's their whole thing,
right?
Is taking care of the student athletes.
Yeah,
and
it's why they're
Well, and think of the liability.
Yeah.
If because like the school we went to, you get a concussion, as soon as you're like back to okay or like halfway okay, you're going back out there.
Yeah.
Like you're practicing, the next Monday.
Yeah. Just take it easy at practice today, all right? Yeah,
right.
That's where it's at.
And most of the time you survive.
Sure.
Right. But the brain damage that's done, because like your brain, it's actually bruised, like, and it's a bruise that has to heal, and it takes time for it to heal. But you're losing something there.
Yeah, it's like, never, unless I'm sure that there's a mild concussion that maybe I don't know the science behind it, but I don't think there's ever 100% like zero nothing damage. Like you can only have a certain amount before it becomes super problematic, right?
Well, we've seen like I love using Chuck Liddell as an example. Like Chuck Liddell was the fucking man.
The man.
And he'd go out there and fight. Like his like
reckless abandon.
Well, because he was a wrestler, but he only used it to defend the takedown, to keep the fight standing, right? And he would go in, he would eat a couple to give a couple.
Yeah.
But he gets knocked out, and then he comes back and fights again within the year, gets knocked out, and then from that moment on, because he didn't let that heal properly, his brain, like your brain learns. Like in MMA,
So it goes out quicker.
well, right, it protects you. Like it learns if it shuts you off, the damage stops.
That's crazy.
Like so your brain, like it's a fucking brain. It adapts to keep itself alive, and so it keeps you out of trouble. And if you don't like some concussions, like take a year to fully heal from. We've seen so many fighters that get knocked out and then rush back in to another fight within 6 months, and then boom, get sparked out.
Well, and even not even just wrestlers but football players, dude. Look at Tua.
Talk to her.
Tua Tagovailoa. Wow. I have learned how to say that name, and now I just totally. I think I had a stroke today. Tua Tagovailoa. You know what I'm talking about. Thank you. Yeah. Played for Alabama. Now he's with Miami, or was with Miami. I don't know where he's at now. Currently, this offseason, I don't know what happened. Maybe done, but
You know, say is he done?
5 concussions in the NFL. I think.
Oh man,
Like
bro.
I think
That's-
Miami had his 4th and 5th.
No, so he's very prone, and he's a badass quarterback, dude. Like he's and I can't say his name to save my life, but Tua, he's a very very gifted quarterback. But once that switch happens, you're fucking beat, dude. I will say, you know me, like some people watch football and basketball. Like I am into combat sports. Like that's what I watch. That's my favorite thing. I follow it. It is my soap opera. Me and you have been watching the UFC since like it blew up, since Ultimate Fighter 1.
Yep.
I'm so mad at them right now. Like, dude,
The UFC?
bro, dude, I've put more posts, like negative posts, on my social media
Over like Dana White and some of the stuff he's done.
Dog, I am like
deeper.
I'm sick to my stomach, bro. So they announced the UFC White House card, the I forget what they're calling, like freedom something, about a year ago.
Yep.
So they've been working on this.
Trump
this,
leaked it first, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, no, it's incredible. Like they literally are going to be walking from the Oval Office to the Octagon.
That's sick.
And I think they're only going to have like at best a couple thousand people around it, and then I think they're going to have 100,000 people like outside of the actual property.
Can you imagine how much a ticket's going to be?
It
may be so exclusive, like they may not even sell tickets to normal people. I
No,
bet you
they're not.
But
Yeah.
I bet whoever's invited is it. Damn, it may be one of those events where you don't even buy a
not-
ticket. You just get one or don't.
At best, you could probably hang out at the block party where they're watching it, but the amount of background checks, like you're like I bet
Even the
you-
fighters.
Oh, dude. Well, take this how you will. If you looked at the card, there's not one Dagestani fighter on there. There's not. If you go through, which
Didn't they make a statement about that though? Like
no, well,
kind of.
At the end of the day, a lot of those guys are, for better or worse, linked, to not so great people. Like there's
Great church. You church that up great.
what's
bro.
his name? That Chechen Kadyrov. I can't think of his name. He's really connected to the Dagestani guys in a roundabout way. But he is also like there's like war crimes from Geneva against him, like genocides. Like he's a terrible guy. But he loves MMA. Like he actually had a former UFC fighter as his bodyguard and his son's personal trainer for years. And apparently that guy did something and they took him out. Like, I'll find the name, but he was a UFC heavyweight. But they announced the card right before the BMF title fight on Saturday, which also that kick-started my anger, that fight. But
I didn't get to watch it. Why?
dog, so you know me, I'm not one of those dudes that has a problem or bitches about like if like a Khabib dominates on the ground, a lot of people get mad about that, right? They're like, "Oh, dude, stand him up." He's just sitting there like hugging him on the ground. Blah. No, if you can't get off the fucking ground, you're in mixed martial arts. That's your own problem.
Right.
Like, this is not boxing. This is not kickboxing. Like, you need to have a all around game, and if you can't, then you shouldn't be there. Like,
Right.
It's at the end of the day. If this was for the lightweight title, if this was like a number one contender fight, if this was a title fight, there would have been nothing negative for me.
No.
Like, it was a complete domination by Charles Oliveira. It was Max Holloway defending his BMF belt against Charles, which from day one, I said this was a weird BMF fight because I think the first BMF fight was Nate Diaz and George Masvidal. The Rock announced it, like he put the belt on Masvidal after he won. The whole like beginning of this belt was essentially made for the guys that the fans love, the guys that go for it, but they do have salty records because they do go for it. So it's basically the guys that are never going to be the best in the world, the guys that are never going to hold the actual
Which I
belt.
love the idea of this.
No, it's
I
great.
love the
Like,
BMF belt idea.
They essentially made a belt that has nothing to do with rankings. Like, it's about entertaining the fans.
Yep.
And
And so far, I think I can't think of one
every
that was
one of them has
boring.
been
I can think of
great.
any of them that have been boring.
It was such a, because a lot of people were like, man, this title, like, nah, dude, it's a great idea. Like, you're telling me that we get to tune in on a fight that we know these dudes are going for broke? Like, in the belt, them holding the belt says they're the baddest motherfucker around.
Not the pound for pound best fighter in the world.
Well, not the best
just
technical.
the baddest mamma jamma.
It's so in this fight, I was like, I don't understand how this is going to work, because Charles is a grappling, he's a jiu-jitsu expert. He's got there's some pop to his punch. He's got some decent kicks, but he's a ground guy. And literally, I think it was a 5-round fight. I think it was something like 17, 18 minutes of control time. Literally went to a decision, and Charles took him down, couldn't submit him. There was some ground and pound, but I mean, it was a no action fight for 5 rounds. And what fucking I was, dude, because he could have finished Max. And I say that sitting on a chair and eating Cheetos, whatever.
Hey, you're drinking zero sugar Dos.
Thank you.
You're making an effort.
He had there were several opportunities for him to actually finish the fight, or posture up and rain down elbows, but he wouldn't take a chance. He didn't give Max Holloway any chance for him to mess up, get put in a bad position, and then give Max the upper hand. So he thoroughly dominated.
Sure.
But that's not the fucking point of this.
Point, yeah.
This doesn't put you in line for the actual title.
You're saying bad matchmaking.
Terrible
Yeah,
matchmaking,
okay.
bro.
I can agree with that.
It was... He
Charles
cried.
Oliveira's similar, not similar. But he's okay. It's funny now because you talk to people, and it's so funny because you can tell the people that didn't really watch, right?
Yeah, you're right.
But people bring up George St. Pierre, right? And it's oh, dude, he was the baddest. His fights were so exciting. I'm like, did you watch?
Did you?
George St. Pierre was an awesome, incredible fighter. Will always be one of my favorites.
One of the best.
But he had a lot of boring fights because, I say boring, but I mean boring as in BMF sense, right?
Well, he took the rule set. He knew how to win.
Exactly.
And he didn't put himself in bad position. He didn't make mistakes.
He had some exciting fights. Don't get me wrong, but
Early
more
George.
exciting moments in fights, really. But yeah, he wasn't the guy that's going to go out there and go for broke.
Going to the title, leading up to the title, he went for it.
Yeah.
And if you look at his record, he had a lot of finishes in the beginning. But then if you look at it before, his last fight was Michael Bisping, which was phenomenal for the middleweight belt. He came out of retirement, moved up a weight class, and won the belt, and then left. But he, I think his last something like 8 title defenses.
I was about to say, how many total did he have? 14, 12? Something like that?
Man, honestly, I don't know. Off the top of my head, I know Anderson Silva holds the record. But George, I mean, he didn't finish a fight in years.
9.
And they're all unanimous decisions outside of the Michael Bisping. But it was super. I was bummed. Max Holloway got tore up. Charles cried. It was like I almost thought I was like, bro, Dana White's not gonna give him the belt because the whole audience was booing. Like it was bad.
I'm glad I didn't watch it now.
Oh, dude, it was,
I'm gonna go back and watch it, but I'm glad I didn't watch it. I'm glad I didn't get myself gassed up all day to watch it just for that to happen.
Well, and so
how was the rest of the card though?
it was really good. Yeah, it was a cool night.
I don't remember what I was doing, but
no, you texted me because you asked me if it was on Paramount.
that's right.
But they announced this White House card. So they've been working on this White House card. There's been so many rumors, right?
Yep.
We just saw Ronda Rousey, Gina Carano, is fighting for Jake Paul.
Jake Paul and what's his face?
And it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
That fight was brought to the UFC first, but they couldn't come to
money.
Well, and what's cool is Ronda, she's been out of the public eye for a while. Her and Dana White are cool.
Yeah.
Her and the UFC are not. So Dana White is not the owner.
That's a couple thing. That's a couple people, I think, with
Well,
Dana.
Dana is a promoter and he's running a business, but he doesn't own it.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually has a lot of people he's got to answer to. So Dana White is not above, giving you shit water and telling you it's Coca-Cola.
Quite a bit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and Ronda came out and said, they went away from pay-per-views with this big $7 billion Paramount deal. So there's no more pay-per-views, which was a big factor in money.
I was just about to say, did the fighters take a big hit to that? Because part of the deal is like, how many can you sell? Like, are they going to pay them equally on like how many viewers they gather? Like that's
Allegedly.
a weird.
Well, there's no way to really
not as easy as pay-per-view. Yeah.
Because and the only people who got the pay-per-view points were the champions.
Right.
Like champions got pay-per-view. If you weren't a champion,
You're the one that sold the fight.
Right.
Or you're the one that sold the card.
And so now they went away from that. On top of that, the White House, there's no gate because they're not going to open it to the public. So they make money on the gate, they make money on the pay-per-view sales, and they make money on merch. Like that's like they've got all these avenues of like making money. And if you look at the White House card, all of that's gone.
Man, so is this White House card, and I know what it does for the company's reputation and name, and like just the ability to say what most people would think would never ever happen is going to happen, but is the UFC going to take a financial L to do this card?
They went into the card like acknowledging that.
Okay.
Like so, and that's the problem I have with it is they built this up as the best card of all time. This is a once in a lifetime experience. It's going to be at the White House. This will be the best card, better than the UFC 100, 200, 300. So the main event is number one. The main event is headlined by a French guy and a Brazilian guy. Right? So Cyril Gane
Marca
and Alex Pereira for the heavyweight interim title.
Yeah. No, I hate that.
It was supposed to be so. I've been listening to shit on this all week.
Excited for the fight, might I add, kind of. But just
If there was no build up, if there was no this is what we're gonna do, and you would have dropped this card on us, it would have been like all day.
Yeah.
It's a good card.
Sure.
You've got
it's a great card.
Justin Gaethje fighting Topuria for the lightweight title. You've got Michael Chandler is fighting this Brazilian roughie, which is a weird fight. They've got Bo Nickel on it. It's a cool card, but half of the card, there's only 5 fights on the actual
Main card.
There's no prelims or whatever.
Oh.
The people who were fighting on that card weren't notified until the night before they announced it. So
I'm assuming for security reasons?
No.
Or they just couldn't figure it out?
They couldn't come to terms. It was supposed to be Jon Jones and Alex Pereira.
Yes.
But Jon
know.
Jones' last fight, he got paid $30 million. They offered him $30 million for the Aspinall fight, which didn't come to fruition, but they offered it. Jon Jones came back and said, I want that. And they said, sorry, can't do that. We're going to do $15 million. And he's like, well, I can't do that.
Well,
and
look at what Jon Jones has got. Here's the thing. I don't blame Jon.
No,
I don't. As a fan, I'm bummed, right? But I'm trying to put myself in his position. This is almost for sure going to be his last fight. Like, if it's not, it's his last fight for any foreseeable amount of time because
he's at the end.
He's at the end.
Right.
He's got we've just recently found out he's got horrible arthritis in his hips, right? But did you read his statement or listen to his statement?
Oh my God, dude! Oh yeah, I've been on it all week. It's because what's fucked up about it?
Statement.
Dana comes out, and the night before, Friday night comes out, and they are negotiating. And it's not even Dana, right? That's what you got to like. He's not involved in these conversations anymore. It's a guy named Hunter, and then a whole nother team of people and attorneys and managers. Well, as of that Friday night, they were trying to get Jon and Alex, which is the fucking fight. But that Saturday night, since the deal with Jon didn't work out, now Jon Jones has got arthritis. He's all injured. He'll never fight again. Like, they come out and he's like, Jon Jones was never going to be on this card. Yeah, dude. And it's literally, I'm like, hey, man, like, that's greatest
you're saying
of all
bad
time.
Stuff about yourself by saying this, by the way.
Right.
Because you didn't mention this when you were building it up.
Well, in my beef, in which I know we have to wrap this one up, but my biggest problem with Jon is I'm like, hey man, I get it. Like, you need to get paid. You're almost done. Like, you deserve $30 million.
Yes.
But at the end of the fucking day, bro, there will never be another White House fight card. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Whether you did it for $10, like, I understand you need to get paid, but at the end of the fucking day, if you are a partner of this business, which you consider yourself a business partner, and you can look at it from where I'm sitting, they're not getting all of these avenues of money. Every fight on this card could be a main event on another card, between a fight night and a pay-per-view. $15 million at the end of the fucking day is a nice bag that they were going to give you. And if it was on any other card, I would say, yeah, dude, stand on that $30 million. But the greatest of all time, to main event the White House and represent America, dog, like, you can't write a better story.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree with you on that. But in the same breath, you can say that.
Pay the man.
The UFC can freaking come up with the extra money.
Fucking pay the man.
Here's the thing. If he was at 30 and they were at 15, I guarantee you there's still another number in the middle somewhere. Like, even if that's closer to Jon Jones' 30. Dude, pay the man. You're not even going to come close to that number on any of the other fighters. Like, not even the not even the number 2 biggest fight on the card is not going to touch that number. Like,
well, and I saw
it's crazy.
Francis Ngannou left the PFL, the company, because Francis left as the heavyweight champ. And he was never defeated. And that's my other problem. I'm like, dude, the UFC has had 3 heavyweight champions. The last 3 have essentially lost their belt without losing a fight.
Yeah.
Francis left. Jon Jones comes in, wins. He steps out. They make him drop his belt. Tom Aspinall gets it. He gets injured, and now they're doing it. So they're gonna have 4 fucking heavyweight champions walking around the planet.
Tom Aspinall. Not. This is the last thing I'm gonna say, and then we gotta get off this. Yeah. But I'm more scared of. Now it's never probably gonna happen. If it does, it's gonna happen with Jake Paul's thing, and it's probably. But I don't see any of the. So there was 3 potential Jon Jones fights: Pereira, Aspinall, and Ngannou.
Ngannou's the fucking fight.
Yeah. For some reason, Aspinall scares me more than any of them for beating him. I don't know why.
No, I agree with that. Yeah, I think that's fair statement.
I think Ngannou, for sure, Ngannou has the ability that nobody else has had to knock him out. Problem is, you got to touch Jon Jones first, right? Which, pause. But
he gets hit, but we watched what he did with Cyril. Gone.
He's not going to if he doesn't.
He's not going to play those games.
He's not right. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not going to stand and let Francis hit him enough to put him out. He's smart. He's the highest. He's one of the highest IQ fighters. What happened to Conor being on this card?
So I was going to bring that up, but Conor is going to headline International Fight Week, which is a few weeks. It's the next big pay-per-view after the White House card. So they never put Conor.
Man, dude, with him being
Conor brings in money, dude.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Facts. Like, they're going to lose money here,
no matter
to
who.
win money here.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. But dude, with him in his running for president of Ireland thing, it would have been so perfect. That would have been, in my opinion, that would have saved it.
Yeah, well, anything. If you would have done, there was not one fight on that card that blew my mind.
I'm still excited to watch it. I'm much
of
less
course
excited
I'm gonna
now.
watch it. It's they, get your shit together, Dana. Call me. I'll fucking help you out. But
All right, real quick. We got we don't have.
did you
but-
see Governor Stitt announced Adria Berry as Secretary of Licensing and Regulation? We don't have time to dive into that, but I just wanted to. That was really the only fucking headline I had.
So that is what's crazy about that is, and we'll talk about this next week. I've got notes I'm going to make. It's been my understanding that there was a precedent set by the Attorney General, I think before, maybe I got to check, but don't fact check me yet, that it's not, I don't think she can have that title
Well,
while having the OMA director title. So I think that this is almost like a for sure she's going to be moving out of the role as OMA director.
I've seen 50-50 people.
I think that Stitt and her relationship has saved enough to where I think Stitt is well aware that most likely, as of right now, most people tend to think that Gettner Drummond is going to be the new governor. I would probably say that that's fair to say. If it's not going to be Gettner, I think it's going to be obviously it's either going to be Gettner or the chick from the Democrat.
Yeah.
But like something, I don't know, man. I got this little, maybe it's just hope, I don't know, but I've got this little spark inside of me that says that there's maybe a chance that something crazy could happen in an independent, maybe even a Robert Brooks, right? I don't know, but I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. Tell us what you think about it. Reach out to us at
Yes.
the controlled burn email that's probably going to be listed below. But that's all I've got,
will
doggy.
be.
We got to fly.
Yes, next week we are going to be talking about some bills. We've got a new system, and we're going to be talking about some bills. One more thing. The last thing, I've got to plug it. I'm sorry, guys. I've got to plug it. Go to this website and check this out.
Oh, it's honestly, it's the shit. Like, it's great.
You have to.
We will share this on our socials.
I am.
It is fantastic. We'll dive into it next week because we do
gotta
got
say
to
the
get the
name.
fuck out of
I
here.
gotta say the
It's
name.
Oma Watch.
I gotta say the name.
I literally just pulled it up. I shared it to our wonderful team. Where'd that?
It is
text go?
OMMAWatch.com. OMMAWatch.com. Guys, go to OMMAWatch.com. There is a free version of it. Trust me, for $4 a month or whatever, you're supporting we'll dive into it more next week. It's worth it. Go to OMMAWatch.com. That's it. I am Brandon Fountain. That earlier was Dane Davis.
Double
and
D.
you are Shane Deasy in the Heezy. And we out the Heezy. See y'all next week.
Peace.